Classic Rock 94.9 WMMQ. Sonic Baptism 2016. Ted, you are on the road, and you'll be making your way back to Michigan, but you are out and about. You're in Minnesota today?
Duran. Happy summertime barbecue rock and roll season to you. Yeah, by the way, make a note of this. I'm having so much fun. It's stupid. Everywhere I go, they go, hey, it's that Motor City Madman Michiganiac guy. Everybody put on your dancing shoes. It's going to get ferocious. Greatest tour of my life. Duran, I'm the luckiest guitar player that ever lived.
Well, dude, you're going on 50 years since what? Amboy Dukes, 1967 is when you had the opportunity to start with that. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, which you will, but we're coming up on 50 years of Tedley von Nugent Berger on the stage.
Well, actually, I won the Battle of the Bands back in Detroit in 1963. My band, Lures, we got to open up for the Supremes and the Bo Brummels at the then brand new Cobo Hall. So I've been at this for 60 years. Literally,
wow.
I played at the Michigan State Fairgrounds over there in Detroit on Woodward Avenue back in like 1957, 1958 with Joe Podorczyk, my guitar teacher, on Grand River Avenue at the Capitol School of Music, and we played honky tonk and boogie woogie. So I've been at this a long time, but let me tell you, 67.7 years clean and sober, dancing naked to the great rhythm and blues, rock and roll, defiant, uppity, ferocious, outrageous, intense soundtrack of Bo Diddley and Chuck Berry and Little Richard and all the great founding fathers of the greatest music in the world. I've got Greg Smith on bass guitar again this year after many, many years. Just one of the greatest virtuosos a guitar player could ever dream of rocking with. And I got a 21-year-old animal out of Detroit. You pay attention, Duran, to this guy's name. His name is Jason Hartless. And this guy, he's not even the same species as we are. He's some kind of insane thunder-drumming animal. But, I've had the greatest tours for so many years. Like you said, now it's literally 60 years I've been playing wonderful American rhythm and blues rock and roll. But it's unbelievable. 2016, the most fun, the tightest the band has ever been, the most intense every song is. But Duran, the audiences that love guitar-driven, authoritative, real American rock and roll music, they are going berserk every night. I literally look to the heavens and thank God. It's the greatest tour of my life. It's unbelievable.
Dude, you've got now. I want to talk about this for a minute. Greg Smith has been with everybody. I mean, look, if you can stand Richie Blackmore long enough to play with him, that's an amazing feat by itself. But
yeah.
he did a few years on Broadway with the Billy Joel Twyla Tharp thing. Has played with Billy Joel and everybody else, and then you go over to, like you said, 21-year-old Jason Hartless, who's probably been given drum clinics since he was like 10.
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
These guys, but you've seen the band. I mean, I've been blessed from the very beginning. I mean, everything from the Lords and the Amboy Dukes to the damn Yankees and every Ted Nugent band. I mean, my God, everybody around the world knows that if you're going to go see Ted Nugent, you're going to see unbelievable world-class virtuosos at my side. All my musicians. I mean, I'm not kidding. I am so appreciative and so humbled by the incredible talent that I've been blessed to collaborate with for all these years. But Greg and Jason, the fire and the energy and the piss and vinegar they put into every song, every night, every concert, every gig, it really is reassuring, and it builds my confidence. I think we can all agree, Duran, that there's only one thing more dangerous than a cornered sow grizzly with cubs, and that's Ted Nugent with more confidence. And these guys give my music such authority every night that it's the fun factor is off the charts. I see nothing but teeth and eyeballs and clenched fists and dancing maniacs out there every night. So in 2016, to be able to do this with the fire and the passion that everybody surrounding me puts into it, again, it has a life of its own. It's out of body. It's stream of delirium. It's really, really a special tour.
Ted Nugent, my guest here on Classic Rock 94.9 WMMQ. Ted, you're playing to third-generation rock and roll fans now, and I know you can't be surprised when you see a younger person in the crowd with somebody of my age and even older.
I'm not surprised because it's been going on forever. Especially since Spirit of the Wild, our TV show, became number one 25 years ago. They have a whole different demographic that is checking out this old goofball guitar player, and they realize that I'm having more fun than anybody. And the great celebration, Duran, is that all these young people, I'm not just talking teenagers, I'm talking, little boys and girls that watch our Spirit of the Wild show. We have more young people that watch our Spirit of the Wild show on Outdoor Channel than all the other shows combined, because they know believability, they know raw, they know honesty, they know unapologetic, total discarding political correctness and the dishonesty that goes with it. And it doesn't matter whether you're a preteen, a teen, a young adult, or an old deer hunting fart like me. People love honesty and raw, unapologetic truth, and that's really what I represent, and certainly my music is the soundtrack for that. So there really is an amazing demographic out there. In fact, oftentimes I have to look into the audience and control myself and make it PG-13 because there's so many kids out there.
I got to tell you, 10 years ago on September 30th, a little side note, you were my very first guest on my outdoors radio show, Wild Michigan. We're entering 10 years. I've been with WMMQ now, Classic Rock Station, for almost 17 at one point or another. And you have been a part of that whole thing every step along the way. It's been really cool to be able to interact with you this whole time.
Well, I remember that, and I congratulate you, and I knew you had the attitude and the spirit and the professionalism and the dedication. So all those things I just mentioned, the attitude, the spirit, the professionalism, the dedication, that works everywhere. It works no matter what you want to be, a cobbler, or a welder, or a mechanic, or a guitar player, or a radio guy, or a teacher, or a cop. That kind of dedication works everywhere. Let me tell you, you and I are not alone. Everybody listening out there right now in the asset column of Michigan, in the asset column of America, they are working hard, playing hard, hell raisers, and I salute everybody out there, and I'm certainly proud to stand shoulder to shoulder and spirit to spirit with you, Duran. Congratulations. We need more guys like you on the radio that celebrates real love of music, real celebration of American rhythm and blues and rock and roll. So God bless you for that, man.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Sonic Baptism 2016, coming to Kalamazoo State Theater. You like those small venues? Because I tell you what, I've seen a lot of shows at the State Theater in Kalamazoo, and that is a great venue.
Well, we leave a stain every night. At the big outdoor gigs, we do, 20, 30,000 people, and every one of them get an Uncle Ted Sonic Baptism stain and tattoo on their inner soul. But when we play places like that, and a lot of bands need days off, Duran, I don't need a day off. I don't want a day off. So we're doing 2 shows at the State Theater in Kalamazoo. I think it's 30 and 31. But that's the ultimate place to hear this kind of music, because I was baptized by the godfathers of the ultimate music in the world, the Bo Diddleys, the Chuck Berry, the Little Richard, Jerry Lee Lewis, certainly James Brown and Mitch Ryder, the Detroit Wheels, and all these soulful artists that we all started. All the greatest bands in the world started at these places where you could look in people's eyes and you could feel and smell the sweat and the attitude, and that kind of spiritual concoction, it invigorates and inspires every lick. So that's where all my songs were born. That's where all my guitar playing was created and inspired. And it still goes on today. So I guarantee you this, I've played every place in America with electricity. But when we come to the home base of where my Gibson Birdland guitars were born, God help us all.
Now, Ted Nugent Ammunition is a real thing. We heard it in the commercials, but, it was kind of a play, because there is Ted Nugent Ammunition. When they say that you're bringing it to town, you're literally bringing Ted Nugent Ammunition to town.
Well, all of my friends are really dedicated, hard-working maniacs. I mean, they really, really bust their ass so they can take some time off during the hunting season. So that's motivation enough. That's called prioritization and balance and good balancing of your calendar. But yes, I have a bunch of mad scientists that work on my guitar pickups and customize these incredible strings at GHS. The guys that build my speakers, my Black Star amplifiers, and even the guys that make my guitar picks are like maniacs. They're like in a dungeon chained to an experimental table where they're finding the ultimate ingredients for this stuff. But the guys who came to me and wanted to make Ted Nugent Ammunition, these guys are like ballistic maniacs. These guys have discovered the greatest propellants and the greatest components, the greatest ignition systems, and the ultimate bullet designs in metallurgy. So this ammunition nowadays, and not just Ted Nugent ammo, but the ammunition available on the shelves at Jay's and Frank's and Bob's and shootbacks and all these different sporting goods stores, the average box of ammunition today is incredibly hard-hitting, accurate, reliable. But my mad scientists at Double Tap Ammunition, they created a bunch of ammo in all the basic hunting and self-defense calibers that really is the most accurate, reliable, hard-hitting stuff ever designed. So I'm real proud of that. Good stuff, man.
Now, one more question I'm going to ask you. It's always been incorporated into your shows, and over the years has been with different companies, and I think, if I'm correct, oh gosh, I hope I am, Matthews has been with you for the past few years. Will we see that bow make the stage again? I know it might be kind of a spoiler alert, but I have to ask.
Well, I fondle my Matthews bows every day. And by the way, that's another thing I'd like to celebrate for all my mystical flight of the arrow blood brothers out there. The average bow on the shelf of an archery shop today is just unbelievable quality. I mean, the technicians and the guys that design these bows, and certainly Matthews is the perfect example of that. I'm shooting a Matthews Halon 6 right now, and I've been shooting a bow and arrow for over 60 years, probably 63, 64 years. Duran, it's a long time. And I'm more high, I'm more stoned, intoxicated, and drunk and inebriated on the mystical flight of the arrow today than I've ever been. I shot about 20 arrows this morning out of my Halon Matthews bow. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they come up with these cams and these wheels and these compound designs, but the guys at Matthews are another example of mad scientists that live for improving and upgrading the mystical flight of the arrow. I've never shot a more reliable and consistently accurate bow, and it actually makes me look like a good shot. So there's all kinds of wonderful equipment out there, whether it's guns or ammunition or bows or arrows or broadheads or rests or releases or optics. Today is the good old days for a sportsman. When you go to the average sporting goods store, the quality of merchandise and the quality of kill assist gear that's out there, the stuff that we get to take on our hunts with us, it's the best it's ever been. And that's why I support Matthews, and that's why they sponsor Spirit of the Wild, because they know I love this stuff. But no matter what bow you choose, there's a killer bow out there that is ultimately best fitted for the individual. And I recommend that anybody that doesn't shoot a bow and arrow get out there as quickly as you can and discover how high you can get on the mystical flight of the arrow. It is so much fun. It's crazy.
Absolutely, man. I've been doing it for 10 years now, and I absolutely love it. My greatest moments in the woods have come with a bow in my hand and family. And I tell you what, we're looking forward to a couple of great shows in Kalamazoo towards the end of August. And what's really nice is I'll be able to take in one of those shows before I leave for Alaska on my honeymoon. My beautiful bride-to-be, Sarah Marie, and I are going to do 10 days in Alaska. And I think getting fired up with the Nuge ahead of time will only set the pace perfectly.
Boy, am I the ultimate Bon Voyage soundtrack for your... Are you kidding me? Good thinking, Duran. I'm glad I'll be there for you, man. If you and your new wife head off to Alaska, the God's country last frontier of Alaska, with the sonic baptism of Uncle Ted's music, God help us all. You're going to have so much fun. May I say live on the radio that it's going to be really, really, really sexy?
You can. We can say that. And I think Sarah's probably blushing tremendously right now, which is awesome.
Well, play Stranglehold and Little Miss Dangerous, and I can't be held responsible for what you guys do physically adventurous-wise.
Well, Ted Nugent, man, it's always great talking with you. I want to talk with you off of this, but we appreciate you joining me, man. We're looking forward to seeing you coming back to Michigan. Couple of shows at the State Theater. Make sure to go to tednugent.com and our website, WMMQ.com, to hear all of this interview that we probably melted everybody's speakers already, but with this interview, you can do it in the privacy of your own home and get as excited as you want to.
Well, that's because we still have the passion. We still love the music, and I want to thank you, Duran, and everybody out there. I have tens of millions of people come to the Ted Nugent official Facebook every day, and I get on, and we have wonderful communication. So God bless those that are in the asset column of America. God bless America, God bless Michigan, God bless Kalamazoo, and God bless the heroes of the law enforcement and the U.S. military, because they sacrifice every day so we can have this American dream in pursuit of happiness. And I'm looking forward to Kalamazoo, because Uncle Ted is a riot everywhere. But when I bring my birdlands home to Kalamazoo, something very, very special is going to happen, I guarantee it.
All right, man. Ted Nugent here on Classic Rock 94.9 WMMQ.